We're real life sisters, Kay and Shi, and we real life want to be your sisters too. Welcome to the family. No takesies backsies. Now let's get on with the Kay and Shi Show. Okay, next up, we're going to talk about the power of words. You heard us talk a little bit about communication and connection and some of the ways that things can get lost in translation. But next up, let's talk about the power of words. I mean, look, language is a sound. When you speak, you emit vibrations out of your mouth. And what do we know when we get down to the very, very base of what our universe is? It is energy vibrating at different levels to create matter. And so when we utilize language, we have sound coming out of our mouth. We have vibrations coming out of our body and into a vibrational universe. And that really kind of helps us understand that language can literally shape our reality.
Oh my gosh. I mean, talk about catching a vibe. That's what our words are doing all of the time. And once we start going down the rabbit hole, we know this will spark for you as well. You start hearing the words that we speak and you start thinking about every word that comes out of your mouth and analyzing this. If our words from a scientific standpoint are literally shaping our reality, not solely, right? We're not asking you to come to believe that whatever you speak comes into existence right now, but understanding that on that scientific level, these vibrations are going out into a vibrational universe and that they're resonating with other things that are on that frequency, then we start to think, okay, well, the power of our words then really is deep. And you think about, well, what are your thoughts formed of, right? They're formed of words. Usually most of us have that narration that quite frankly doesn't shut up most of the time in our head. And if you've been around the Kay and Shi block, you definitely know we talk about that voice in the head. But the words that it says up there, thoughts also have a measurable frequency. And so language and how we articulate and what words we choose matter a whole lot to how we shape and see our reality. And once we start to understand or at least grasp that power, I think we start to bring a lot more intentionality and focus to the words that we use.
In 2016, this really hit us big time as we started to understand the power that words had to shape our reality. And as we were taking a bit of stock into the words that we used on a regular basis, one of the things for me personally that came up that was extremely destructive was my pressing play on the pattern of, quote, a lot. Now, whenever someone would ask me, how are things going or what's happening in your world, I would say a lot is going on. Or if I was expressing frustration, I would say, well, it's just a lot right now. Or there's a lot that's happening. Or man, I love this, but it's a lot, right? And so as those words were heading out into the vibrational universe and finding other things that would attract back to them, by the end of 2017, mid 2017 to end of 2017, you can bet your buttons, we had a lot going on and it was freaking painful. There wasn't a whole lot of fun or of levity in that second half of 2017. And not saying that 100% of that is due to the fact that I used that language, but once I had the conscious shift of taking away the phrase a lot from my vocabulary in response to when people would ask, how are things going or what's happening in your world, I found a lot more power, a lot more power coming from myself because I wasn't leaning on this idea or perpetuating the idea that things were too much for me to handle.
What a great example to bring forward and personal just evolution. And I'm so glad that you shared that, Kay. And thinking too about how in our last segment, we really talked about this idea of the nuance of message and delivery. I truly believe that any message can be delivered in a positive way if we get that delivery right and can be received in a positive way if we get that delivery right. And so then understanding this power of words means that if we can choose the right words and give them in the right way, that even a hard message can be received positively and in as much as you can hope, saving of relationships when that's desired for you. But thinking about these words in particular, a recent swap that Kay and I have made is bringing a lot more intentionality to the phrase, I can't wait for that. Because what we don't want to tell the universe or put the vibration out there or even tell ourselves and our own subconscious is that you literally cannot wait. What's the opposite? Then what does that mean? That you're gone, that it goes away, that somehow you skip through all of your life in between there. And we don't want that either. So thinking if we've flipped from, I can't wait for that to, I'm so excited for that. I'm really looking forward to that. I look forward to savoring that and just changing that from I can't wait to I look forward to has been a really neat, I think, personal experience of getting to make a word swap like this that makes me feel better about it and be more intentional with the message I'm trying to deliver.
Well, it's allowed us to stay more open and patient and present in between things that we are truly looking forward to, because the power of words, it has the power to shape your reality, but really the words that you think and the words that you say have the power to shape your emotions. And what we know about our emotions is that they are also vibrations and that they also fuel our reality. And so when we say can't wait, the emotion that we are fostering within our own selves is the emotion of impatience. When we say I'm looking forward to, the emotion that we're fostering is that of anticipation. Now, if you have 2 weeks until your vacation and you can't wait, would you rather feel impatient in that 2 weeks or feel anticipatory toward the fun thing ahead? So understanding the power of words here on Word Week is incredibly important, because remember, they truly shape your reality. Now, next up, we're going to talk about some word flips that are going to help you as you're looking to shape the reality of your dreams.